Hi friends, today we are going to learn how to convert a MIS order in Zerodha to CNC, which means that if you have an intraday trade happening, how can you convert this position to delivery? So there may be several situations where you want to convert an intraday trade to delivery and hold on to the stock for some more time. But there are some rules for this. First up, you have to remember that CO orders, cover orders cannot be converted. So if you have a cover order placed, you will not be able to convert it. I'll show you an example of this as well. Second thing to notice is taxes and charges. Intraday is much cheaper than delivery. So your taxes and charges will increase. I'll give you some estimate of how much it will increase by at the end of this video. And the third thing to note is DP T-pin. So your CDSL T-pin will come into play because this will then become something which is in your Demat account. So when you are selling, not only DP charges would be required, but you will also have to insert the T-pin when selling this stock. So now let's look at a live example to understand this better. Within your portfolio, go to positions. Within positions, let's look at one of our intraday positions over here. So in Tata Motors, I have an intraday position. So in this intraday position, I can just click on this, scroll to the bottom, and you will see there is an option to convert position. Now to convert this position, you have to remember one thing, that you have only paid 20% of the cost for intraday. So you will now have to pay remaining 80% to convert this order. So you need to have that much amount with you. So in case you are not yet clear, let me show you again. If I am buying Tata Motors fresh and I say my quantity is 5, you will notice that for an intraday trade, I only have to pay 434 rupees, which is the price of one share for an intraday trade. But the moment I say long term, I make it a long-term trade over here, you will see the same margin, once I refresh it, will increase to 2172. So your available balance has to be greater than this amount over here, which is required as margin. So the remaining 80%, which I haven't paid for this Tata Motors position, will have to be provided now. So I can click on convert position and the screen will open up which says MIS to CNC. I can convert a day order to CNC over here. I'm going to change the quantity to 5 and this has been converted. So let's go back and look at our positions again. You will notice that this Tata Motors quantity 5 partial up from the 6 total quantity I have, 5 has now gone to holding and CNC. So if I now go back and show you my fund statement, there would be a change in funds and the approx 2000 rupees was deducted over here. Now I mentioned to you two more things. First was a CO order. So I also have a CO order open over here. So you will notice that my CO order is open over here and it is for Hindustan Unilever. So I'll go back to my positions. I will look at Hindustan Unilever over here. If I click on this and I scroll, you will see there is no option to convert this position because this is a cover order. When placing the order, I placed a stop loss along with it. If you want to learn how to place stop loss using cover order, I have another video which I have made on this topic. This is also a very good time to subscribe to my channel. Now the other thing I told you was about securities transaction tax, Zerodha charges and DP charges. So if I am to give you a simple mental model for intraday, you need 0.2% or more in profit to say that your charges are covered. For a delivery trade, this amount increases depending on the total value of the trade, but I roughly have a mental model that hey, at least 1% profit should be made in a delivery trade. But let me run you through the actual calculator and show you the difference that you will have to pay in charges between intraday and delivery. This should help you make your decision much smoother. So if you look at the Zerodha brokerage calculator, let's put in a sample trade here. In intraday, if I'm buying something for 434 and selling for 440, which could be similar to my Tata Motors trade which I showed you, and the quantity say is 10, you will notice that my securities transaction tax is only 1 rupee, my brokerage is 2.62, and there are no DP charges over here in intraday. There are some other small charges, and total tax and charges is 4.46. 45 paisa movement in price will break me even, and net profit is 55. So total charges, remember this, total charges is 4.46. Now if I go into delivery and put in the same trade, you will notice that my securities transaction tax has 9x over here to 9 rupee. My brokerage has gone down to 0 because Zerodha in this case in delivery wouldn't charge me anything, but a DP charge of 15 rupees comes in, which is a fixed cost. As a result, my total charges is up to 26.29, and my points to break even is 5 times or 6 times more than what it was before. My net profit is only 33 rupees. So charges is something you should always calculate. I'll give you this brokerage calculator link in description. I'll also give you an account opening link for Zerodha in description in case you haven't opened an account yet. Again, if you have any questions, please ask me in comments below. This was a pretty simple tutorial on how to convert MIS to CNC, but I wanted to give you some thoughts as well along with it. I hope you appreciate this. See you next time.